Hello, you guys. A real quick one here. This is for my friend Bird Bird. We're out here discussing the idea of the beginning and the end, alpha and omega, and brainwaves. Well, this is how you go about checking my sources and which are basically God's sources, a science of some kind. Okay, so you could go on to Google and type in brainwaves, you know, and you will get this idea that things go from a beta to a alpha to a theta and then into delta. These are the brainwaves that affect the body, the mind itself. And of course, if you were looking at this particular chart here that I found, why raise your vibrations? And it has all these things. From the red side of things, we get shame and guilt and apathy, grief and fear and desire. Most people are right here, like it says, around the 250 mark here, the halfway zone. And there's things that happen to us, some kind of negative conditioning that holds us back from getting into any higher vibrations. But anyways, this is where we ultimately want to go. And it has up here, we've got 700 plus is enlightenment. So this is something that you get through the energy of Delta conscious. All right, that's fire. And that's how we go about reshifting or rebooting the brain. All right, it's our upgrade. And what does God mean? What does Jesus mean when he says he's the Alpha and the Omega? Well, it's because he is the beginning and the end. He is our soul. He's representing you. You in the beginning. We were put under a particular kind of our soul participates in the works by being absent from us. All right. Same way with mother. So this brings about the lower and the beginning, because in the beginning, just like in the story where Jesus's mother asks him that there's no wine in this ceremony when they go to do this marriage ceremony. So there's no wine. This couple has no wine, which just means there's no mother in this situation, So, because it's a lower. Anyways, he takes the 6 empty the empty things of water, the containers. They're empty. He has them filled with water. And then as he draws them out, he creates this wine. So this is the example of, when they come out, when the guy says, hey, look, most people put out bad wine first and save or put their good wine out first. And they save the bad wine for the last side. So we're still talking about these two things. What comes first, which are works. Here we put out our bad wine. And then when we finally get to the end, we put out good wine. So this is Jesus coming in, being this curse to the body and mind, to be without mother. And then at the end of all of this, he brings on mother. So he is the beginning of our salvation, and this child is going to wind up being the end of it as well, once we get over the idea of the outside world being so important. This is the place where we're supposed to cut off from the outside. We're not supposed to be conformed by the world, but to be transformed in the mind. Okay, so I just thought you'd like to see that and hear that. This is God. Okay, and you can second guess them all you want, but this is real life stuff. This is stuff that happens in our brains. All right, I hope you got something out of this.